Episode 2 is titled The Source of Magic. The Mothman is the Beast, a being that comes from another world and that was able to come through the school's wards because the summoning that Alice and the others did. The only reason they weren't all killed is because the dean was able to get the pocket watch that Eliza gave him earlier to Quentin, who then pressed it, which unfroze everybody in the classroom. Then Katie was able to distract him with some battle magic, and then Alice was able to herd him back into the mirror, which they then shattered, ending the fight. They're all in trouble. Administration is looking for whoever did this. In between being worried about getting expelled and dealing with the reality that a psycho madman is coming after him, Quentin has a hypothesis that the beast might be from Fillory. Alice tries to deny that, saying, hey, the books are just fiction. But the reason why people are so interested in the Fillory books is because they were based off of real children who ended up going missing. Christopher Plover, the author, wrote these stories for Jane and Martin, who lived next door. He was devastated when they went missing. Penny believes that he's going to get expelled, so he starts packing all his things. Katie tries to convince him not to give up, and actually convinces him to start robbing the physical kid's house with her. She finally convinces him not to give up, and Penny blames everything on Quentin, meaning Quentin is now going to be expelled and only him. The only silver lining is that the last memory-wiping magician happened to be the professor, so now they're going to have to call in a new specialist, which gives Quentin just enough time to go retaliate against Penny and fail miserably when Penny deflects the spell and Quentin goes flying and ends up getting hurt himself. But in the fight, he is able to wipe some of the stolen goods off of Penny, which is important because later, the item that Penny stole and then Quentin took off of him is a protection charm that he takes with him when he goes to meet the new specialist. The specialist comes, and it's Eliza. She thoroughly roasts Quentin for being average and just completely does not understand why the beast has been targeting him. It makes no sense. In a twist of fate, she ends up not erasing his memory and instead tells him to get off the garden path or she will erase everything and start over again. Everything is connected, just don't think too hard on it. She basically tells him to stop fucking around and figure out what's going on. Back in Julia Land, we find out a little bit more about the people who have been watching Julia. A collection of hedge witches who are magicians that exist outside of magical society. In order to become initiated with the hedge witches, she is put through a hazing ritual, which is basically just a magical escape room where she has been placed with another recruit who we later find out is actually the bitch in charge, or should I say the witch in charge. It's a very gory, cutthroat escape room, but she makes it out there, and then the woman in charge, Marina, says, congratulations, you made it through the welcome exam. And now Julia is a hedge witch. We end the episode with Katie meeting up with Marina. We find out that Katie is indebted to Marina and she has been stealing items from break bills to pay off of her debt.